The answer is right here with Doreen and Grace.
But do we really have the right answer?
Maybe or maybe not, but we try to make sense of what's happening around us.
Welcome to another episode.
Woo-hoo.
Today I'm bringing in the fun because clearly I'm the fun one here, Doreen.
Yeah, you're the fun one. Nimeambiwa tisichekangi kwa hii podcast.
Yeah,
seriously.
No, for real.
Okay, today I'll try and laugh.
Please do. Let's get into it. Today we are going to talk about what's happening, why it matters, some political implications of things. Let's just get into it. It's going to be amazing. Able, stay tuned.
Yeah, so maybe we can start with imagine waking up and being told you need to register again to vote, or your business has been demolished for your own safety. And something else, your child's school doesn't have the books they need. Mashinda. And actually, this is not hypothetical. It's happening in Kenya, and it has been happening this week.
Yeah. So let's get into it. Maybe we can first talk about IBC telling us we need to re-register voters who are from before 2012.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
Yeah, so, and this is to ensure that they are included in the current biometric. Yeah, we can imagine like in before 2012, there was no like a system that was doing this, but after 2012 they introduced this system of biometric registration, which was operationalized in 2012, hence used in the 2013 elections.
You know, I remember doing elections. What is it called? What is it called? The people who do elections?
Clerks.
And kuna mtu anakuja pale na hana fingerprints.
Yes.
So you need to look for them at the register now, the manual register. So now what happens?
Yeah, and that is what actually used to happen. Yeah, so currently it looks like it was legally disposed. The pre-2012 data was legally disposed of, and that's why they want everyone to re-register after the introduction of the biometric system.
Then it risks a lot of people being locked out. But also it will reduce a lot of, what are they called, ghost voters or duplicate records. And so is it bad or is it good, or what do we take of it?
Yeah, and it's actually good, I can say that, because we are also looking at the number of people being registered. So at least we know these are the number, as per IBC, these are the number of people who have been registered. And now when it comes to voting, we already know that these are the number of people that we expect for them to go and vote. So at least when we look at the trends, it has been increasing in terms of the number of people, or the IBC has been expanding the biometric role. So from the last, I think in 2022, it was like 23 million, or in 2017. Yeah, so they are looking to increase to around 28 million.
But you see, 2012 register was 14.5 million. All those millions will not be counted for?
Okay, they say that they legally disposed of that register. So I don't know if it's true or it's not true, or someone just lost it and they said like, we're gonna go with this system. We don't know, but we follow what they've already told us. But hopefully they're gonna get to that 28 million by then. Yeah.
Okay, it's fine, but the 28 million includes also the 14 million that is before 2012.
No.
It does.
No.
Really?
Okay, when they started doing it by 2012, I think by 2017 they were at around 17 million.
Yes.
So the trend increased to 22 million by 2022. Yeah, so they are targeting 28
million, including the 14.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why people are asking, is it a way to suppress voters? Are they targeting Gen Zs? why is it being legally cleaned?
Okay, it's a question to ask citizens because I'm also
Yeah,
not
we don't
sure
have the
about
right
that.
answer on this, but
And-
this is something that is happening as we
Yeah,
speak,
and
right?
prior, I actually didn't know it's a count of also those, the 14, which
Yeah,
were
it is.
registered pre-2012. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought they just started with a clean register of the biometric system. Yeah, so
Okay.
it has a lot of questions
Yeah.
that I think we need to ask ourselves, and who's
Maybe we
going to
can
answer.
have somebody from IBC talk to us about
Yeah.
what they are doing and what they are trying to do.
Yes.
Talking of which, Mount Kenya is looking at 7.5 million voters, 2027.
Yeah.
That is a good 25% of the national vote.
Yes, and you could see like trends. It's good, and actually it has sparked a lot of conversations in the Mount Kenya region. Yeah, we could see like Mount Kenya in the past, like, is it five or so what is it called, years of elections, they've brought up like good leaders from Mount Kenya, and we
Yeah.
could see like Mount Kenya has been counting each and every time in terms of voting. Like, definitely they normally have large numbers, and they're the one to determine like
Because
who's gonna become a president.
They vote as a block.
Yeah.
The votes coming is as one big basket. When you look at the numbers, 2022, the turnout was 3.9 million votes from Mount Kenya, and the current president got 2.9 million from the voters region. That was 41% of his total votes.
Yeah.
Mount Kenya makes leaders in Kenya.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
it's quite tricky when we say Mount Kenya makes leaders in Kenya, and the current situation that we just saw between our previous president and our how do I call it, former deputy president.
Yeah, we
so
saw
how
that
do
happening.
you call that?
I don't know what we'd call it, political realignment. I'd say, or rather from the ground, if you listen to local news, or rather local news station in Kenya, they are quite pleased with whatever happened during that week. That is Uhuru Kenyatta and Gachagua being on the same platform. Whether planned or not, it just signified that they are putting their differences aside and coming together so that we can have a good amount of voters, a good voting bloc.
And people are happy with that. And something else that you're also telling me earlier today about you going to church and finding like now even people are actually mobilizing the Mount Kenya region to go and take votes. Even the ABC are now in churches to register that.
They were in my church today, that is PCM Makongeni, and it's quite interesting because people are mobilizing themselves to a point where when we say it's kutokea, where we say kumera, we really do kumera. We really do, because the amount of mobilization that is going on the ground, it's serious. It's serious here, and you'll need Mount Kenya. As I was telling you, Mount Kenya is that pretty lady that you really need to court, and she knows she's pretty, and she will do anything to get whatever she wants. Because she knows you need her.
Yeah, that's Mount Kenya for you, and it's better you align with those people as early if you want to be president or not. Tukisema one term, tunajua tunatafutia wapi kura. Yeah.
Get to kwa ground Mount Kenya, because it's serious business, by the way. And if you look even on the socials, these guys are just here quiet, looking at how the current president is taking them, which brings on to our next topic, which is the demolition of markets. And people are saying how most of these markets, if you are being fair enough, they are occupied by Mount Kenya people. Okay. Most of the people who work there are Mount Kenya people. And I was seeing a clip on TikTok, people are saying that they feel like they are being targeted. And that's why maybe they are mobilizing themselves to be able to bring the one term to pass. Because they feel like they are being targeted and their businesses are being demolished. So maybe you can tell us what is happening in the markets.
Okay, about being targeted, I don't know, but we've seen trending. Gikomba Market was demolished, and this is in the lands, riparian lands close to the river banks. We also see, apart from that, there's been a trending issue of markets being demolished. We saw that in Roysambu, we saw that in Githurai 45, and this has been happening actually, and it got to Gikomba, and we see Gikomba because there's a river flowing close to that, and we see wherever there's a river, and we see people actually coming close to it and constructing beside the river bank. It's already a problem because definitely when it starts raining, they're gonna be flooding in the river banks.
But ideally, the demolition of the Gikomba Market and Githurai, they want to have new, better markets. It's not really about being on riparian land, right?
I think for Gikomba, okay, new for Githurai and for Roysambu, it's a different case. And actually, when they demolished Gikomba, they said you're gonna see this around the city happening. So it's not like the end. We're gonna finish from there. We're also gonna do that in other places in the city. That's from the government. So this could be happening everywhere.
I've seen people on social media, other than people from Mount Kenya, complaining. They are saying that the government is just destroying and not building. They're asking, where will the small traders go? There's also a comment that says this government hates hustlers despite campaigning with the hustler narrative.
Yeah.
But also, on the other hand, there are people who are saying that Gikomba is unsafe and chaotic.
Okay.
And we need order in Nairobi. I don't know if you saw that clip of a released figure of how Gikomba will look with new markets and, good buildings. It looks nice, yeah, for sure.
Okay, I didn't see that, but I'm just trying to see. Okay, normally when informal, I can talk of informal settlements normally grow due to lack of planning. But then when you are demolishing it, you're also affecting the vulnerable. Because when you are demolishing something and that is where the vulnerable get something, it's also a serious problem. So as much as because they offered a vacation, like you need to, not vacation,
vacant notice.
Yeah. You need to vacate. Yeah.
Well, it didn't come as a surprise for sure.
Yeah.
But they didn't also give an alternative.
Yeah. So what basically needs to happen is that the government needs to always give an alternative on that. So they need to tell people, as much as you give a notice for people to move, you need to tell them, like, where are they moving to? Are there new markets that have been built?
There's none.
There is none. So that they are able to move from there, or cushion them.
Yeah, cushion them for at least a year.
So that they know, like, at least when I move out of here, I can be able to manage myself. I can be able to pay my bills. Because also, we are looking at Kenya being held by a lot of people are unemployed, and they go the informal way to at least look for, employ themselves, look for something to survive each and every day.
And the easiest is just going to Gikomba, pick a few clothes, or it was mostly the shoe market that was demolished. Pick a few shoes and then come and sell and get your profit.
Yeah.
And to survive. But
you demolish everywhere. Talking of Roysambu, still the same. People are surviving are surviving through that, and you keep on doing that. Still, the Githurai has been feeding almost all the Thika Road. We go to Githurai for everything, but now it's down. So we should look at, as much as we are trying to improve our city, just give alternatives or cushion people. Another thing that you should also just plan well in the city. I don't know how we
I don't know
talk
what
about
planning
that.
is, but like how planning well means, but
And I don't know how it's gonna happen at this point, because it's just chaotic.
It's chaotic because for truth, we need order, we need better markets, we need all that.
Yeah.
But also we can't be here demolishing and, affecting people's business without a solution. And As we go into that, let's just talk about our last topic, which was grade 10 learners lacking books.
Yeah, it was actually trending.
Another thing that the government did without plan.
Yeah, and actually, it's quite unfortunate that the KICD was actually protecting themselves. Can I say that, in lack of a better word? And they were like, it's the principals who did not give the exact number of the students who were supposed to join. So that's when they came up with less books. And also, it's yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's they never
The
gave
least
like
thing they can have is data, surely.
they didn't give like a proper data. That's why they did not come up with the what is it called?
The books.
They did not produce. Is it produce?
Yeah,
Enough books for grade 10 learners. And this is not even the first problem, because we also saw the past, like, is it a month or so, like there was no, for the STEM learners were actually complaining that there is no system of teaching them. Yes, they want to venture into STEM, but now they lack infrastructure, they lack books to be able to be taught these kind of courses. Yeah.
So maybe for context, I can give the total textbooks required is 11.8 million copies across 35 subjects.
Okay.
The government debt to publishers is 11.4 billion unpaid. And printing debt on to printers is 4 billion.
Okay.
So we are saying that even after partial payment, the government just paid 5.6 billion, but distribution is still very much uneven and delayed.
Yeah. So can we say it's a lack of better planning, or just it's inequalities and affecting specific regions in the country?
At this point, planning, because from our first issue.
So we'll be talking about planning each and every day, because when you say you blame principals for not updating their systems, you just at the principal knew there were a higher number of learners who joined their school, but then they didn't update their data.
What do you mean? CBC has been here for how many years?
No, it's not CBC
right
CBE, now.
It's
CBE,
yeah,
competency-based education. Yeah.
How long has it been here?
It's quite. No, like
sometimes you just get tired, for real.
You get tired. You don't even have answers. You are like, Connie, how is this government working?
How are they running?
Yeah.
You know, some things like education, I feel like as Kenya, we should be at a point where the education system is so much aligned or in place.
Yeah.
We are thinking about other issues.
Yeah, and we will see that. I feel like the time of the free education that was brought by Kibaki, we used to enjoy it. Like, we didn't even have these things, but then when you come up with the whole system that that I don't know if public participation happened in this thing. I don't know even if people are consulted in this CBC, or you just came and you were told, CBC. Or it was a personal project. Like, someone just woke up and said, I'm bringing in CBC, and people have kidogo. We now have competency-based education. And now we have to catch up. We don't know what we're going to teach grade 10 students. How are we? Like, it's too much.
It's just too much.
Yeah. Like, you don't even have answers. You don't even
Can you imagine now, as you were saying, Ali, you're a parent who works in Gikomba. Your shoe nini has been demolished.
Yeah.
Your child is in grade 10, hana vitabu.
Yeah.
Ndio hizo siasa.
All that for one parent.
Anyway,
let's go to our main topic of discussion. We told you we normally talk about research here.
Yeah.
And you must know at least something. So today we are talking about leadership, women in leadership and governance in Kenya. Grace, tell us something about that.
I'll give you a brief history up until where we are right now. So from 1963 to 1969, we had 0 women in parliament.
Okay.
And even cabinet was entirely male. I don't know if you've ever seen that picture of the first cabinet. It's just
male only.
Yeah. But we will not forget that women were politically active in Mau Mau, the grassroots mobilization, but they were excluded from formal power structures. So, fast forward to 1961, which was our first breakthrough. We had the first female member of parliament from Kisumu town, Grace Onyango. People know her as Grace Ogot Onyango. She was the first female mayor, and also she later became the first female mayor Kisumu and first female deputy speaker of the National Assembly. So in 1970s there was a lot of resistance and came about notable leaders. There is Phoebe Asio, Chelegat Motai, Julia Ajiambu. We can now maybe do a transformational figure that came about, who was Wangari Maathai, who founded the Green Belt movement and won the Nobel Peace Prize. That was now pre-constitution, which was quite a slow progress. And now let us look at a 2010 constitution, which was now a turning point, which saw that according to the constitution, it says, by the way, there is supposed to be 33% women representation, although we've never really gotten to that point up until now. By the creation of women representative seats, 47 women rep per county, so women representation getting up to 18%. So in 2013, we had 0 female governors. Do you know that? In 2013, we had 0 female governors. The women MPs that were elected were 16, and now the 47 women making it 63. 2017, other than now the 47 women reps, there were 23 elected. And now we had 3 female governors, that is Waiguru, Charity Ngilu, and Joyce Laboso. 2022 elections, we have 30 women MPs elected, the 47 women reps, female governors are 7, and female senators are 3 as we speak. And still, as I said, this is below 33% constitutional requirement.
It's below the 2/3 gender rule. So as much as we are also looking at women in these positions of leadership, we also need to ask ourselves, are they being included in the decision making tables? Or are they just being elected to be there so that we can see that they are filling the 2/3 gender rule gap? We need to ask ourselves that, because whatever has been happening is a lot, and women also still are in these informal sectors. Women still survive from these businesses. Women still take care of children who don't even have books. Women like it's a lot. Then you come back and say there's an increase, because we are 50%, and we see like there were at least an increase in the number of elected women in the 2022 general elections. But we still need to ask ourselves, are they participating in these decision making processes? Are they able to have a voice? We need to ask ourselves that.
There is so much that happens that hinder women from participating effectively in politics, and mostly attributed to like the patriarchal political culture in Kenya. Women in Kenya are seen as too emotional and even secondary. We saw that even coming about during the Mama Suluhu issue, what was happening in Tanzania. And maybe we don't talk about it that much, because
you can, but in general, like the cultural barriers and patriarchal issues, it's not even across our neighbors, but in Kenya it happens. most of the time in these northeastern regions.
Yeah.
In the sides of Meru, we can talk of these other sides of Kajiado, still having the same patriarchal and cultural barriers really affecting women. We can also talk of financial barriers.
Yeah, financing.
The amount of money that you have to invest for you to seek these elective positions, sometimes it's a
lot.
problem for most of the women.
Yeah.
It actually makes them shy away from these positions.
Yeah.
So as much as we are seeking 2/3 gender role, we also need to come up with at least
and to add on to that, there's a lot of, especially right now, there's a lot of political violence and harassment, especially online abuse.
Yeah, TFGBV has risen sana, something that we also need to even talk about. Yeah,
that's quite something. So maybe we can look at what can we possibly do, maybe some policy and practical solutions. One is by enforcing constitutional quotas, that is pass implementing legislation and penalize non-compliance.
But we've been doing that. We've been complying. Even political parties, they normally submit the 2/3 gender when they submit their list to the ORPP.
So what
they
happens?
comply. So we look at these
It's
barriers.
not enforced.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes it's enforced, but we look at these barriers. Yeah. Sometimes and mostly cultural barriers. A woman might come up, but then the community is not supporting them in these terms because we comply in these things as political parties. They make sure there's 2/3 gender rule. Even the ORPP make sure there's 2/3 in the elected
So what
seats of
happens?
leadership. So there are other challenges, maybe finances, maybe the community just see it's a cultural thing. A woman cannot lead us, and it's actually happening in our community. Most of the people still say the same. A woman cannot come and give us instructions. A woman cannot guide us. A woman cannot sit at this table. So we need to deal with such things. And
That's why
maybe
I'm saying you penalize people who do not.
Maybe
I
that's
don't know
something to talk about.
Happen on cultural, like places like Kajiado or Northeastern.
Maybe that's a conversation to because also human beings, you need to tell them why we need this, because we might be thinking we are actually struggling with the system, and maybe it's just that we are not even the decision makers are not well represented. Yeah, we might be having one person or one certain gender making decisions without consulting even the other or listening to their views. So we need to ask, is it the system which is struggling, or it's because the leadership is not diverse enough?
We need, in short, we need to normalize women being in power.
Yeah.
Let's just normalize that. Shift your attitude if need be.
Yeah, so it's not about just numbers. It's representation is not numbers. We need to hear these women's voices speak. Yeah, we need to ensure they influence decisions. Yeah.
So that's on women leadership. It's just a breakdown of what has been happening, and we hope to get more in the coming general elections. There are emerging women who are doing pretty amazing job.
Yes.
And I hope to see more women actually go for these seats.
Yes.
Before we run out of time, let's just go to our game segment, which is the hot takes. And on this hot takes, we are focusing more on the creative industry. There's a creative bill that the president says they need to hasten it, and let's look at one. I'll ask you three. So hot take number one: Nairobi creative scene is cliquey and gatekept. Is there a lot of gatekeeping and the cliques?
Yeah.
Opportunities are circulating within the same circles.
Yeah, we see that. And actually it's about who you know. And it's not even about the creative industry alone. Yeah. In most of the circumstances, it's about najua nani. And you will see like most of the events that you go, even if it's not like for creative industry, you see the same faces in these events. You see same people getting the same opportunities. So it's actually hot tech. It's not about like people gatekeep. And
It's a
people
first.
tell who
Their
they
clique.
know. Yeah.
Yeah. So Kenyan podcasts are oversaturated and most are boring. Is that a hot take or not?
To some extent, it's an hot take, but I don't follow everyone.
Yeah.
I enjoy who I follow. So, yes, it's oversaturated, but no, it's not boring. To like, not everything is boring. Our podcast is not boring. Yeah.
So the last one, aesthetic matters more than talent in today's creative economy. Are we rewarding vibes over substance?
Yeah, and this has actually made most of the people not even live their lives, because we see this, and in reality it's a very different thing. So people follow aesthetics, they love that, and apart from that, you will even see even the influencers and the content creators, whatever they post and what people, even the comment section can actually tell you this is what.
Yeah, rage bait. What is a rage bait?
Wanakwambia this is what we want to see, please give us more of this. Like you unaishi a very different life from like what you see in public and the reality, are two different things. You want to show us aesthetics, you want to show us
a good Instagram, but you don't have any actual skill.
Yeah, and actually I can say that's a hot take.
So unfortunately, aesthetics matters more, because it doesn't matter your skill if you don't have aesthetics. We were talking about Suowino and Akokova. And Akokova got the Javas, but not Sue.
Yeah, but in short, like, yes, aesthetic matters. It matters what you put outside there for us to see. But when you put it outside there, make sure you have a skill for that. Because when we call you, you must deliver. If you don't deliver, then you're in trouble. So, tunataka you aesthetics to ambie, market yourself really well, so that when we even trust you with that, and when you give you that job, you what is it?
You deliver.
You deliver.
Anyway, that's all we had today. Today, the opportunities that we were meant to give, I don't think by the time you're listening this, you'll have an opportunity to submit your application, but it's happening from the 8th to the 10th of April. The Urban African Forum, if I'm not wrong, happening at KICC. Maybe you can check it out whenever you have time.
Yes.
And that's it.
Yeah, that's it from us. At least hope leo nimecheck. Okay, bye and see you next time.
Make sure you subscribe if you're going to listen up until this point. Bye.